To wherever on location. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to take a few moments to thank you for the opportunity we've had to work with these outstanding young people over the past 4 weeks. Thank you for bringing them across our paths and allowing us to mentor them in some small way. As these cadets now leave us to continue on the military journey, keep them safe from harm and constantly remind them that you are with them at all times. Help them, Lord, to always be mindful of the high honor and trust placed upon them by their country. Help them to be an example for those that need and an encouragement to those that depend upon them. Finally, Lord, help them to serve you and our country with loyalty, with respect, with honor, with integrity, with selfless service, and with personal courage. We know that with your help and through your power, all things are possible. We humbly ask these things in your precious name. Amen. For this morning, education service, education class of 2021. At this time, we would like to thank our partners, Rights Brothers Institute, the League of this ring, its leaders, faculty, staff, and students, playing a role in this year's leadership in cybersecurity education. This program's origins date back to 2003, with response to President George W. Bush's National Strategy to Secure Cyberspace. Today, two distinct cybersecurity programs exist for cadets aspiring to become leaders in cyberspace. The first is the Air Force Research Laboratories Advanced Course in Engineering, or ACE. The second is the APEX ROTC Immersive Cyber Education Course, or ICE. Thereafter, the mission of ICE is to develop the next generation of cybersecurity leaders cadets in cybersecurity discipline, educate them to become future military leaders. Celebrate the ICE class of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, the School of Strategic Force Studies at Institute Christopher. Keep that open. Yes. For the cadets, part of our conversation about a week ago, I talked about how much coffee I drink in the morning. I've only had 2 cups this morning, so bear with me. I got a Celsius ready to go after lunch. So yeah, please bear with me. Good morning. What an amazing Air Force day, and to do this graduation at the National Museum of the United States Air Force, what a unique opportunity. Pretty cool, right? When I was in ROTC, we did I went to the detachment down the street at Wright State University, and we did several events here. And it's always a special place to visit, and even more special when you do events like this here. Are you guys excited to be done, and graduated, and move on back to your universities or your homes of record? No? Yeah? So I know we have Army cadets. I didn't hear who or anything like that. Oh, that's a week. My gosh. Yeah, you guys got to have to work on that. To our distinguished visitors, thank you for spending time with us this morning. John French, sir, thank you for spending time with us today. Most especially to the families and friends of our outstanding group of cadets we've had the privilege to host this summer. Thank you for making time to celebrate their accomplishments. Additionally, thank you to Major Hector Valadez for facilitating and really leading this top-notch ICE program. And it's probably a little bit like herding cats. I always saw him in the hallways running back and forth, trying to take care of things. But I didn't sense an ounce of concern. He said that you guys were all exceptional. Nothing to be worried about. I actually had the privilege to work with Hector back in Ramstein years ago. And much like our time in USAFE, his work here is nothing short of exceptional. So well done, Hector. Most of all, thank you to the cadets for your commitment and spending a good portion of your summer to participate in this program. I mean, you are what make the program special and make it a success. And I'd venture to guess that the staff and faculty learned as much from you as you learned from them. And your eagerness and commitment of yourselves to something like this, bigger than yourselves, is truly inspirational. It's awesome to see our young cadets pursue these leadership opportunities, whether through ROTC or the Academy, and a willingness to serve their country. It is inspirational. But when you talk about immersive cyber education, that experience, there's simply no better place than the Air Force Institute of Technology. With the Air Force Cyberspace Technical Center of Excellence, the Center for Cyberspace Research, the Department of Cyberspace Studies, and pockets of excellence across our Civil Engineer School, the School of Logistics, and beyond, to include the amazing partnerships here at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. The synergy and exposure to the diverse cyber capabilities, tools, and most importantly, the subject matter experts, some of them sitting here in the front row today, at AFIT will stick with you for the long haul. Build on what you've learned. Continue honing the critical thinking skills vital to what you will do as leaders. You will be challenged with solving our complex and wicked problems. Those unknown unknowns in an era of great power competition. I have no doubt you will succeed, but do not take that charge lightly. As a caretaker of freedom is passed on from generation, old folks like me and some of the others in this room are now passing it to you as you join the active ranks in the coming years. I hope you found your time here value added. If you didn't, you might have missed something, but I have no doubt at some point in the future, you will reflect back on your time at AFIT and it shaped you in some way, technically, personally, professionally. I have a suspicion that you know more within one of those categories, or all of those categories, than when you arrived. Yeah, I think you could validate that. For the audience, I had the lucky opportunity to hang out with the cadets about a week ago to spend some time talking about leadership. What an amazing experience for me. Again, I was commissioned through ROTC. I had some of the same experiences. Nothing like this, I would have jumped at this opportunity, but this didn't exist at the time, right down the street at Wright State University. And I can't tell you how impressed I was with all the cadets during that session. The conversation, the questions, the cadet perspectives, these cadets are sharp, sharper than I ever was, and operating at a whole nother level than I was in ROTC. It really gives me hope for the future. We talked about toxic leadership. We talked about culture, feedback, empathy, ownership, selfless service, and people. We probably spent most of our time talking about people. We never got past like the first two slides, did we? Never talked about mission and never talked about what I wish I would have known as a lieutenant, right? But you guys have those slides. But that was a great conversation, and it could have probably gone on for another couple of hours. And I welcomed it, the Q&A session. And as you cadets gain positions of greater responsibility, remember, it's about people. You lead people, you manage things. Be that leader you want to have. Know your people, their hopes, their dreams, their challenges. Try and solve those challenges. Help them overcome. Lead with accountability, empathy, and compassion. Lead by example. You have a responsibility for those sons and daughters entrusted to you. As then Colonel Goldfein noted, share success and own failure. It's about them. It's not about you. That's your focus. Take time to reflect and remain self-aware. Seek to constantly improve and never stop learning.
Own the problem and take the initiative. Do that Lieutenant Rowan we talked about in a message to Garcia. Take the initiative, own the issue, solve it, find a way. And to paraphrase General Colin Powell, you want your folks to bring you their problems. Be open, honest, and accessible. And become experts in your job, whatever it is. Snack officer, which was a legit thing when I was lieutenant. There was a person with snack officer duty, flight commander, platoon leader, company commander, staff officer. For my first 6 months in the Air Force, I wrote articles for the base paper that never got published. So I don't know if it was just busy work from my commander, because we had 12 lieutenants at the time, or maybe in a roundabout way, getting me to understand the mission and the challenges of the unit. But 6 months later, I was the OIC responsible for 110 personnel and the base network. You'll never feel 100% ready. It'll be uneasy sometimes, but you can prepare. Know your inside and out. Don't shy away from those opportunities to excel. Maybe we've seen those, right? Because you never know what doors might open as a result of that. And I guarantee whatever opportunity you volunteer for or you participate in, you will learn something. A fitting quote I came across in reading Joe Mattis's book, Call Sign Chaos, was from Winston Churchill. To each there comes in their lifetime a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing, unique to them and fitted to their talents. What a tragedy if that moment finds them unprepared or unqualified for that which could have been their finest hour. Prepare. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. Well, at Appet, you are surrounded by cyberspace tools. But in the end, it doesn't really matter what capabilities are thrown out there. We see new technology every day. In 10 years, I can only imagine what's out there and what the cyberspace domain looks like. And if you know me, I like movie quotes, and I'll use a recent one that you might all get, because I was coming up empty during our session. You know, that's on me, not knowing my audience, right? Lieutenant Rooster Bradshaw. Anybody know who that is? Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So eloquently said, it's not the plane, it's the pilot. No matter the technology, proficient and capable people will make the mission happen. You will make it happen. Those you serve will make it happen. And you will have the ability to shape those professionals who will address those threats and challenges well into the future. Don't take that lightly. I know you're ready. Step into whatever role you're given and get the job done. To close, congratulations to you all on this huge achievement. Build on what you've learned. Maintain those relationships that you've established here as part of this program. You'll be surprised at how often you run into people you've worked with before. Oddly enough, last weekend, I ran into somebody at Lowe's I worked with 10 years ago. You never know. Maintain those relationships. You know, call a friend, phone a buddy, right? You'll have those opportunities. Maintain those relationships. I'm really excited for you all as you start your journey in the coming years. It might not be what you think, but it's going to be great. I have no doubt. So thank you again to all the staff and faculty at Appet for making this event happen. A very special day for our future leaders. And with that, let's graduate. Right? You guys excited? Okay. Excellent. That was better. Yes. You were happy that was so short, I think. Okay, heck, over to you.
Don't talk about younger graduates with their certificates. As your name is called, take their certificates. Backlist. Senior learning. Figure out what the cost of. Without so that. What do you see of Cincinnati? That. So, that. Sure. So, inside Knoxville, that cycle black. Mexico, that shot about them. So, so that shot it, that, South Florida, Cox. So, Mexico. So, Texas, Joshua, Davidson. Texas. Chicago, Joshua High School. Tech. So close to Wilson. Wilson, Wilson. College. Wilson, the car. University that Joseph Stevenson. University at Spencer County. So let's go. Listen. Okay. It's something like, that So, James, so we looked at, so we got this globe. That's what so, Joshua and Joshua. Joshua, Joseph, Scotty, Nelson. Active University. Sure. University. See. Like, sure. Really. University. Actually, see. Uh, Thank you kindly for recognizing the hard work of individuals. So John, our specialty, showed the cybersecurity for education and received allies with cyber population teacher officers. Our state local contributes states continue to evaluate cyberspace knowledge to every time. serving citizens military. See, the class provided the black silent version class of 24. Cyberspace. I'd like to take this. You are. Space person was. Afterwards, I got insurance for hours class of 24. Dismissed.